Welcome, I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. With over 20 years in the design industry, I'm now focused on leaving it better than I found it. Design Sips is where you and I will raise a glass while discussing best practices to grow a thriving luxury design firm that will give you more freedom, more creativity, and more joy. If you're a design entrepreneur ready to break into the luxury market, land those high-end projects, and finally have the chance to truly flex your design muscles, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Cheers! How are you all? Let's do this, shall we? Nothing a little rosé can't fix. Okay, so today we are talking about landing luxury design projects, and I'm going to give you the download on my potential client process. Hi guys, what's happening? Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to dive right into the questions because, as we all know, and I have said before, and I'm going to say it again, when you figure out something and you know it's going to up-level your business, my dream and my joy is to turn around and share it with our industry so that we are all rising together, right? Designers who are running better businesses are more respected, right? More respect equals better pay. Better pay means we have time to actually flex those design muscles and do what we truly love. So you see, the effects of us sharing best practices literally are explosive. And so I encourage you to keep on sharing. Okay, Ashley has a question and I am here for it. How do you know if a potential client is the right fit? Let us dive right in. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay, so I know you know that I did a thing where I took my entire business and I systematized it and I strategized it and I fixed it because it was good but not great. And then I realized that it was cuckoo crazy to keep it all to myself. So I created the standard. The standard is literally this like huge, it's my business master plan. It's everything that my business is, all distilled down and on like a great big beautiful silver platter for you. Inside the standard, we have one of the main modules is the potential client process, and it is bomb, but I'm going to give it to you high level, okay? Inside the standard, it's every template, it's every detail, it's every step in the process, it's literally every email that we send, the exact questionnaire of what we ask potential clients, all the gear. So, okay. But what I want to tell you today is just a high-level idea about what this process looks like and how I understand if a potential client is a fit for my firm or not. Do you ever feel like your hair is attacking you? I just said a lot of words I'm already going to drink. I haven't even answered anything yet. But it's been a day. I don't know if you know that. Okay, so how do I know if they're a fit? Number one, I clearly identify who my ideal clients are way ahead of that phone ringing, right? So before I start marketing, before I put out my shingle, before I say yes to all the opportunities, first, and this is of course first if you knew to do it first, but now you know, and so now you do it as soon as possible, right? And have that set up. Still being attacked by here. Is identify who your ideal client is. So who is the dream? Okay. And if you've been hanging around a House of Funk at all, you know that we call our dream clients kind whales. We don't only want them to be great, big, beautiful, juicy projects with amazing, appropriate budgets that can really see our design ideas through. But we also want them to be good humans, right? Kind, good humans, whales, great big beautiful projects. Okay, so kind whales. What's your ideal client? So get more specific than that, okay? So for me, it's the neighborhoods they live in, my service area. Where am I comfortable working? Because my contractors will work there, because my team can get there, right? Think about all of those pieces. Look back at the clients and the projects that were your best, most fun, most rewarding, and do the analysis, garnered you the best profits, and look closely at the commonalities between those projects, okay? So they were two, double income, busy working young family, or they were empty nesters, kids out of college, suddenly a lot of financial freedom, or bachelor pad, tons of cash, very little input, go, right? Think about and look at, first and foremost, always, 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 if you have data to look at, if you have past projects, start there. If you don't, brainstorm, dream, who would be your ideal client? Who would you work best with, right? Okay, so how do I know if that ideal client is a fit for me? So number one, I know who they are. So I have a benchmark with which to hold up the current phone call, right? Someone's on the line and I can say, where do you live? Okay, what kind of project are we looking to do? What's the scope? What are we thinking? What's the dream, right? Da, 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 da. And I'm holding all those responses up against my ideal project. And I'm getting a sense of yes, no, fit or not fit all the way through. Then I am trusting my gut. Intuition, intuition, intuition. Your gut, that like your vibes, that like little knowing inside of you knows more about the interaction between you and the person that you're talking to as a potential client than your brain can process that fast. Does that make sense? So you know more than your brain can process, can tell you it's processing. I don't know. That's like a little bit too far into the weeds for me. But basically, if you have a sense of hesitation, if you have a sense of like, sounds too good to be true, or this feels a little bit dangerous, or I kind of want to run away from this opportunity, listen to that gut, okay? And it doesn't mean you just drop it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you need to, that is a cue to ask more questions, maybe add an offer that you're going to spend a little extra time together to just double check and make sure. When I'm vetting a potential client, I always have my assistant do the initial contact. I am a great, big, huge sucker. I have a really hard time if I'm on the phone with someone and they say, I've been admiring your work for years. I've been saving up for 6 months. I'm so excited to finally come in and hire you, but they're not an ideal client. They don't have the right home value, location, neighborhood, whatever it is that makes my ideal client click. I have an incredibly difficult time saying no, thank you, right? When I know someone's been holding out hope and waiting to work with us. So having an assistant or someone else that can help you vet that is really important. If you are a one-woman show, I would highly suggest you consider, I was missing words there, that you hire a VA, a virtual assistant for this activity. It's a great thing for them to do, right? You get an inquiry, you assign it to your VA, the VA does that initial vet call and gets back to you with all the input. And then also, bonus, you have two guts checking if these are good people, right? It's amazing. Potential clients can do like this incredible audition kind of thing where they like don't show you their psycho, but they really are. So you really, really need to be tuned into your intuition, and two intuitions are always better than one. So Ashley, that was way more information than I think you were bargaining for, but I'm hoping that you understand a little bit more about how to vet potential clients, and to really the most important part is identify who's ideal for you and then hold them up against that benchmark and then listen to your gut. Okay, yes? Let's drink to that, shall we all? I think we shall. Have you guys ever been like in the middle of your workday and then like motherhood just interrupts the, previously scheduled programming? Been there, done that. That might happen today. Okay, everything's all good though. Everyone's well. Just in need of a mom. Okay, we have another question, shall we? Matt asks, I know you're big on setting expectations with clients, even before they sign on. Matt, you've been paying close attention. I like that about you. How do you communicate your process without boring them with the details? Matthew, would I ever be boring? I try not to be boring. I'm told I'm boring sometimes. What did my husband tell me the other day? Well, not boring, just there's a routine, a very clear routine. He knows exactly what's coming next. That's true. Okay. So how to communicate your process, set expectations without being boring. So one of the things I do in my potential client process, and it's super fabulous and fun, is I walk the clients through a visual presentation of my design agreement. So I too hate being bored, and I hate like the droning on, boring, clearly I'm reading from a document kind of chit chat, right? And I remember back in the day, a mentor of mine had said, you need to read your design agreement to the client because they will not read it. You will ask them to read it and you'll ask them to sign it, and they will not read it unless they're a lawyer. So you need to figure out a way to communicate the important stuff. You don't need to do like the typical standard 12-point legalese that goes into every single agreement forever, but you need to say out loud, eyeballs to eyeballs, and make sure that it is landed and it has been taken in, understood, right? You need to say the things that are important about what it's like to work with your firm. So things for me that are important would be, we are a flat fee program. So you pay your design fees up front. Your design fees are a 2 payment, deposit, and final balance due, and you will be paid in full on design prior to seeing any design work, because our design work is our intellectual capital. It's our genius. It's the thing that you are hiring us for, and we are not giving it to you until we have full payment. Period, done. Talk to some referrals, call every reference on our list, but that's how we work, people. Okay, when you say that up front, it's not shocking when you send an invoice 2 weeks prior to the first presentation. It's totally expected because you said it out loud to them, eyeballs to eyeballs, and it's in the design agreement, and it's in the onboarding email, and. Set expectations, set expectations, set expectations, right? Other things, of course, when you have a flat fee, you must have very clear boundaries, right? Our flat fee comes with 1 round of revisions per phase, right? Per design phase. So 1 round of revisions in conceptual design and 1 round of revisions in detailed design. That's it, kids. That's it. We're real clear. And we get into more clarity in the conversation and in the contract, but I say it out loud. I look them in the eye. I explain why that's important. I can't hold to a flat fee unless you can hold to parameters that make that work in my firm. If you need to see more rounds of revisions, we will assess a new fee, and it will be your decision if we do another round of revisions, right? Putting the education in their lap, putting the decisions in their lap, making sure that we are showing them we are the expert, we are going to educate them, we are going to be clear, we are going to communicate our booties off, and then it's going to be in their hands to move this project forward or not. Okay. I believe that clarifies. So anyway, okay, just Matt, to like wrap it up, the not boring part is like a beautiful, beautiful visual presentation of the parameters under which are working with our firm and how that looks. And of course, I give all that to you in the standard. Cheers to parameters. And to rosé, just saying. Okay, Lee asks, how do you go the extra mile to woo luxury potential clients? Lee, this is really fun. Wooing potential clients is literally so fun. Okay, extra mile wooing clients. So it starts with knowing who that ideal client is, right? And having them in your stratosphere so that you understand. Maybe for me, it's big executives, business owners, C-suite level, Fortune 500 companies. Like, these people are so busy that they are really handing me their home and saying, let's have multiple conversations. Let's like really get to know each other so that you can speak my aesthetic. And then I want you to handle this project for me on my behalf. That's what makes my heart sing and me happy. And so then to go and woo those potential clients, because I know who I'm looking for, I know how busy they are. I know how important their family is. I know how busy their work life is. I know that there's just not a spare second, right? So I can give you example after example of our little wooing of potential clients. But one of the things we do is we woo without needing much because we know how busy they are, right? So dropping off a basket on the front porch a couple of days after we knew they were due to move in, bagels, Bloody Mary mix, right? Like some little vodka bottles. Hey, welcome home. It's not asking for anything. So I'm not asking for a follow-up phone call. I'm not trying to schedule another meeting. I'm not asking for anything from them. I'm putting myself out there and saying, I see you. I know you're in it. I know you're like crazy because you just moved into your new home. I want to renovate that one for you, that home. So here's a little something that I know when I moved, I could have sure used a Bloody Mary and a bagel. Similarly, I'm standing in a foyer saying goodbye at the end of a potential client meeting back in the day when those were in person, walking around the house. And the little daughter breezes through in a sparkly princess outfit. And I was like, oh, what are you getting so dressed up for? And she was like, it's my birthday this weekend, princess party. And, the purple princess dress, I turned around, called my assistant and said, have a bouquet of purple flowers dropped off this Friday before the Saturday party and, let them know, like, hope you have an amazing weekend, enjoy the party, right? Like, just pay attention. We know the move date because we're thinking about doing this project. So write that down. Have those bagels and bloodies delivered right then. Have the purple flowers sent over for the party that you heard is happening this weekend, right? So it's just all that paying attention. You're getting hired to do a wine room. What is that called? I don't know, wine room, winery. We're not putting in wineries. Anyway, a cellar, wine cellar. Anyway, so then obviously you're going to go out and get them the most incredible bottle of wine that you can afford. Now, sometimes if your client is that bougie and that big time, there's no bottle of wine that you could afford to drop off on their front porch that would impress them. So don't do wine, right? You have to kind of know where you are. You have to really assess the situation, pay attention. Like I tell my kids, use the big brain. And again, keep your eyes and ears open, because when you can be that checked in and you can show them how closely you're paying attention, how closely you're getting those cues, right? Then they know that you're going to be paying that much attention to them when they're trying to communicate to you their design aesthetic. It's easy for designers to get that and to bring that in. We can look around the home. We can look at what they're wearing. We then hear the words that they're saying. And obviously if they've got magazine tears or Pinterest boards, we can see where they're going. But they don't have that ability usually. And so when you show them that you have that ability, it's very, very impressive. So yeah, okay, Lee, I feel like you got this. I feel like you understand how to woo the big guys now, right? Okay, people, get out there and find your own kind whales. And I highly recommend you make a nickname or an avatar for your ideal client. It helps so much. One of the biggest things that you can do is go back through your marketing and make sure that every bit of your marketing is speaking directly to one person, that kind whale in your world. So when I say one person, instead of saying, hey, everybody, I really hope you all that are interested in interior design would like to listen to my chit chat because you all, no, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to one person, right? Keep in mind, your ideal client is looking on the other side of that camera, on the other side of Instagram, on the other side of your website, the marketing or whatever, alone, most likely. They're probably looking at it on their phone. They're busy as all get out. So be respectful of their time and speak directly to them. It'll go a very long way. Cheers to that, y'all. I love seeing you all coming through. So good to see you. Okay, so I have a final question. Who's ready? Pillow Goddess. That's adorable. I like that name. Very good. Okay. Are you signing the luxury interior design clients that you are dreaming of? Are you landing kind whales left and right? Okay. So I have something for you. We have a brand spanking new quiz. We just birthed this baby and she's beautiful, for you to discover how you measure up on the luxury attraction scale. So literally measure your ability to attract luxury clients. This is so fun. It takes like 1 minute. It's quick, but awesome results. So check it out, interiordesignstandard.com/quiz. And as always, my mantra, I want us to rise, designers rise together. So not only is the quiz fun and light and bright, but of course it comes with incredible next steps, right? So you can see where you stand on the scale and it will guide you through the next steps to make sure that you are increasing your luxury attraction ability. That's what I have for you now, people. Drink rosé. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Cheers.